Hey guys, if you click this video, you definitely know the feeling of overthinking and having a mind full of thoughts. I want to talk today about how overthinking can lead to paralysis and stop you from being your best self. I took about a 2-day fast. I learned a lot about myself during those 2 fasts. It wasn't a big fast, but you can learn a lot about yourself just by fasting alone. And what I realized is the monkey in my mind, just how uncontrollable that monkey at times can be. Just so many things just popping here and there. And when I was fasting, these thoughts that would come in about trying to convince me to eat, or trying to convince me of the idea of why it should be safe for me to go eat when I made a decision not to eat. And I wanted to come on here and share my experience about overthinking, because I believe I'm not alone, and there's other people out there that struggle with overthinking. They struggle with just being able to take action, or just being able to just be, because they're just so caught up in all these thoughts that pop up in our heads. And sometimes they're negative thoughts that stop us from, coming on here and creating content, or doing whatever it is that you're passionate about. You let these thoughts creep in, and then next thing you know, you're just not even taking any action, because you believe in everything these thoughts are projecting to you. And it's important to, first of all, be present. First of all, have the awareness that you are not your mind. And these thoughts, we all have them. Everyone has thoughts. You can't stop these thoughts, but you can be aware of them. You can sit here and not entertain them. You can just sit here and be aware of these thoughts that are coming in, and don't be dragged into those thoughts, because a lot of times all it takes is just one thought to grab you, and then it's a snowball effect. Then you start having more thoughts about that, and then next thing you know, it's depending on the thoughts, you just taking action on that specific thought. And a lot of times it's those negative thoughts that we take action on that stop us from just being our best selves. And I'm giving you like my personal experience in saying that it's draining. Having these thoughts so much in your mind and you entertaining them, it drains you of your energy. And a lot of people sometimes may feel like they're tired, they're fatigued, and they don't have the energies, because you're just constantly entertaining all these thoughts that are popping up in your head. And you have to, just like I said, you have to have awareness, and you have to be able to be that's the key, to be, and to be a witness, to be an observer of your thoughts, and to stay present through it all. It takes small steps. You can't sit here and overcome all these thoughts in one day. It takes baby steps. Your mind is a powerful tool. It has ways of convincing you. It has ways of pushing those buttons that emotionally will have you just drawn to it. And it's the awareness of that liberates people from their thoughts. It liberates people from going down that rabbit hole of whatever it is that your thought is trying to pull you into thinking. It's mindfulness and presence that is a tool that you're going to need in order for you to take these thoughts that pop up and observe them. And just like the clouds, the clouds come and they go, and you have to kind of like change your perspective of how you observe these thoughts. Instead of you getting attached to them, instead of you getting pulled by these thoughts, you have to just be aware of these thoughts and let it just come and just let it go, and just let it come and let it go. You have to make that a practice, and it takes small steps. Just taking small steps like that, just observing it, watching these thoughts just come and go, and just being present, and just being just whatever it is you're doing at the moment, be there. Whether you're driving, whether you're working on something, whether you're dealing with family, whether you're doing whatever it is that you're doing, be there, be fully there, because your mind will grab you, and you could be, for example, brushing your teeth, or you could be sitting here and and washing your hair or whatever, and you'll notice that your thoughts just take control, and you're not even really physically washing your mouth. You're in your thoughts. So it goes back to just being mindfulness, being aware of what you're doing wherever you at, and be that observer, and watch these thoughts. You gotta take these small steps, but when you take these small steps, it's important to see the progress. It's important to see, like, for example, I went on this 2-day fast, and I was able to observe, man, how chaotic my mind is, how I have so many thoughts, if it's overthinking that almost led me to not being able to upload this video, of just all these thoughts creeping. I'm not good enough, or, what do I have to offer that hasn't been said, but I have my experience. I have my story that I can share with others and help others and motivate others, and you gotta see the progress, and celebrate those progress so that you can grow and you can get better with just being that observer, being more present, and watching these thoughts just come and go, and not getting so attached to them. The mind is a beautiful thing, and if you're able to be still and aware and use it properly, man, you're able to do so much just with this alone, but then it can also be a destructive thing. It can destroy your life. It's the most lethal weapon in this world. It's the mind. And you have to take control of that. You have to take control of your mind, of your thoughts, just self-control and self-awareness, so you'll be able to just be your best self. There are thoughts out there that you can entertain, thoughts that will help you be better, do better, and be your best selves, but it's just the other thoughts that just come in, and the mind is just filled with so many things that it's trying to make you think of and deter you, and sometimes even motivate you. It just depends, and it's all about having self-awareness and being able to discern those voices, discern those thoughts that are going to push you forward or going to hold you back. And I just wanted to come on here, like I said, and share my experience, be more present, be more aware. We all humans, like I said, and we all have the same emotions, the same problems, and that's one of the things I like about this YouTube community, because you could come on here and you can share your experience and be of service and help others. It's all about coming on here and being your authentic self. Of course, there's other things out there to entertain you and to grab your attention, to distract you, but my purpose here is to help others and to, encourage others to be more self-aware and, take that journey of self-discovery. So hopefully I'll talk to y'all guys soon, and until next time.